Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We are back again. Today is a good news, bad news. Just a little bit of good news, a lot of bad news. So I'm going to give you the good stuff first in case you don't want to stick around for the bad news. All right. First, I'm going to say happy Juneteenth. For those of you that don't know, Juneteenth is actually June 19th, but celebrations have already begun this weekend in certain places for Juneteenth, like marches and walks and celebrations, block parties, cookouts, etc., etc. So, happy Juneteenth. All right, now on to some of the good stuff. In Missouri, Festus, Missouri, last week, the entire city council, or a majority of the city council, was voted out and replaced because the current or the old outgoing city council had approved data centers. And the residents said, we didn't want it. The city council didn't listen, and they all got voted out and replaced. Now, more than likely, they got some sort of financial compensation, and that's why they were willing to go against the will of the people, but that's neither here nor there. I'm glad that Festus, Missouri had a backbone and their people voted them out. There's an important civil and civic lesson in that when your government or your elected officials are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you have to vote them out. You have to show them that they can't just do what they want to do once they get in office. They have to do what they were put there for, and that's to the will of the people. They serve at the will of the people, okay? And that's important because it's going to come back up later in some of the bad news, okay? Also, 14 of the donors that were donating toward the ballroom have received, or it's been reported that they have received over $50 billion in taxpayer contracts from the current administration. So the people that signed on to donate, they're either getting that money back or they're getting money on top of, above and beyond what they donated as a, I don't know, kickback, scratch my back, scratch yours type thing. I don't know how you want to call it, but it's being reported on, all right? Now, on to some of the bad news. In Ireland, the residents of Ireland, they compared it to, now they said it wasn't the same, they wanted to be respectful about it, but they said that there was a man who was detained for shoplifting at a store, and he was held down by no less than 6 to 8 officers, while one of them was kneeling on the back of his head and neck area. And for shoplifting, this man died before he made it to the hospital. They are calling it a George Floyd moment in Ireland, and they are protesting. And it's not just minorities; it is the Mayo folks are protesting as well. The chief of police, or whatever they call their constables there, he is outraged because he said this is not the sort of thing that's supposed to happen in Ireland. So they're taking it seriously. Now, that goes to the most tragic story of the week. Coming out of South Carolina, Rick Chow, convenience store owner, was acquitted of murder of the young black man who he said was trying to steal a water bottle from his store. Chased him outside, ran him down, and gunned him down. And South Carolina is saying that it was self-defense, even though he had left the premises, left the property. Chased this young man down, this 14-year-old boy, chased him down and killed him. Now, a lot of people are saying that they want to boycott Asian businesses, especially ones that are in primarily black and brown neighborhoods, you know, your nail shops, your hair, liquor stores, etc., etc. But I want to say something, and, you know, protesting, boycotting, that's fine. But what I want to be clear about is that I do not blame all Asians for the actions of this one. As racist as it was, I'm not going to blame all Asians. And not all Asians are the same. Koreans, Vietnamese, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, there are many varieties, okay? And I'm not going to blame them all. Also, what I said earlier about your civil and civic duties, how many of the people that are upset about this has ever served on a jury duty? And I bring that up because serving on a jury duty, they could have had a hung jury. They could have had, they could have come back and said, no, we're not going to acquit. All it takes is one juror. And instead of complaining, I'm giving you solutions, ways that we can help fix this. You have to get involved. And if anything this generation has taught us is that being involved can and does make a difference. And it can start small. It can start with your local government. It can start with small things like making sure you teach your kids or you yourself show up for jury duty. You yourself get involved in local politics, making sure your city council members are people that agree with you, or you vote in or vote out the people that don't. That's where it all begins. And I know we always look at a top down, like the president, senators, Congress, but you have to keep in mind that your local politics matter. And that's the one thing that Republicans have known far longer than Democrats have paid attention to. If you control the local government, you control local policy. It doesn't even have to be a law. If everybody in power goes along with the same policy locally, it doesn't even have to be a law because they're all on the same page. So I just want to leave that with you guys. Get involved, pay attention, stay active. Don't let them just do things behind your back. You know, don't let the left hand not know what the right hand is doing, that sort of thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video, and make sure you have a great afternoon.